So here I am, perched on my deck, sipping iced coffee, overlooking the quiet expanse of the Hamptons. This peaceful retreat became my sanctuary after my life imploded, all thanks to my ex-wife, Sophia. I'm Jake Harding, 49, 6 feet tall, and hovering around 190 pounds. My steel gray eyes probably show the years of battles, and my thinning hair? Well, that just screams time marching on. Life used to be simpler. I owned a small but successful company making parts for cars and appliances, solid enough to ride out any economic storm. Sophia, my ex, is 46, claims 5'8", but I'd bet she's closer to 5'6". Jet black hair frames a face that can charm the socks off anyone, a smile that makes you feel like you're the only person in the room. But underneath that smile is a temper that can turn her into a hurricane when provoked. I found that out the hard way when I wrecked her lover's life. That little act of defiance was my ticket to exile. Right here in the Hamptons. High school. That's where it all started. Grand Central High, right here in the city. I was a junior. She was a freshman. Back then, there was this unspoken rule. Juniors didn't date freshmen, especially when the junior was white and the freshman was Latina. But rules went out the window the moment I saw her. It was a typical Tuesday. I was grabbing books from my locker when Sophia walked down the hall. She just radiated light, until Mark Thompson, a guy from my class, stepped in. He slammed her against the lockers, hands all over her. Her cry, sharp and scared, snapped me into action. I wasn't a football star or a tough guy. My sports were cross-country, track, baseball, endurance, not brawling. But I was raised to protect people who needed it. Without thinking, I walked right up to Mark and cracked him on the back of the head. He spun around, furious. I just nodded at Sophia, telling her to run. She didn't need to be told twice. Mark, easily 50 pounds heavier, came at me like a freight train. His first punch connected, sending me crashing to the linoleum floor. My head hit hard. Everything went black. Waking up in the hospital, the world swam back into focus, along with the pain. 3 broken ribs, concussion, fractured cheekbone, a rainbow of bruises. Mark didn't get away clean either. His hand was shattered from the punches he threw. He was looking at expulsion, arrest, charges of assault, maybe even attempted assault. Detectives came to see me in the hospital, wanting my side of the story. Detective Miller, I remember him, warned me about Thompson's parents. Wealthy, powerful, with lawyers who could make nightmares happen. He wasn't wrong. The Thompson family's legal team descended on my parents, threats and settlement offers flying around like confetti. They suggested I could be charged with assault for slapping Mark. Hush money to drop everything. No way, I told my dad. Let them try, but if they want to talk settlement, they can look me in the eye. My parents had the smarts to grab the school security footage right away. Sophia and her family visited, grateful, angry at the Thompsons for trying to twist the blame onto Sophia. We all agreed to stand together, no backing down. The Thompsons in their suits finally showed up in my hospital room. I was ready. I grabbed the hospital phone, called my dad, pretended to keep him on the line as I faced them down. My father's hired a lawyer, I announced. Any talking happens with him present. If you insist on talking now, I am calling security. Mrs. Thompson, surprisingly, sided with me. She turned on her husband. Your son did this. Stop trying to shield him. If you won't take responsibility, I'm seeing a divorce lawyer." Silence dropped like a lead weight. Mr. Thompson dismissed the lawyers. Mrs. Thompson apologized, really apologized. She condemned her son's actions, admitted they'd failed as parents. Her honesty was unexpected, almost disarming. Recovery was a grind, physically and mentally. My cousin, bless her, kept me on top of schoolwork, making sure I didn't fall behind even though I missed almost a whole semester. Sophia's family was incredible, constant support. Together we pushed for justice for Sophia. That whole mess, as terrible as it was, forged a bond between Sophia and me, unbreakable at the time. It was the start of something complicated, something that would shape my whole life. Little did I know, the girl I defended in a high school hallway would one day be the reason for my greatest joys and my deepest betrayals. Now, sitting here on my deck, those days feel like a storm from a lifetime ago. The echoes softened by the quiet of the Hamptons, but the scars are still there, reminders of a life shaped by choices, challenges, and this relentless pursuit of justice. After the attack, I wasn't about to let some thug derail my future. I challenged the school to let me take exams, prove I could keep up despite being laid up. Since it happened on school property, it was only fair, I argued. Reluctantly, they agreed. I aced every exam. Stuck at home, nothing to do but study. Turns out it has its perks. Sophia visited me constantly, hospital, then home. Her support was everything, especially with Spanish, the one subject where classroom interaction was key. My teacher even created a special oral and written exam just for me, to keep me on track. With Sophia's help, I passed with flying colors. I found myself laughing with her, flirting a little, just easy to be around. By summer, I'd asked her parents if I could take her out. To my relief, they said yes. We were semi-serious through my senior year, but we split amicably when I graduated. I knew I needed to focus on what was next. Army. That was the answer. College was out of reach for my family, and the scholarships weren't enough. The GI Bill was my ticket to higher education. Around the same time, Mark Thompson went to trial. The DA, eager for a tough-on-crime win, refused to let him plea bargain. But the Thompson family lawyers were sharks. They tore apart the prosecution's case. Mark walked away with a slap on the wrist. Misdemeanor assault charges, a small fine, and a stint at military school. While I was sweating it out in basic training, the Thompson family approached my parents again, this time with a settlement offer. I advised my dad on the terms: all medical bills, legal fees, compensation for missed school days, and a lump sum, $4.5 million for us, plus $700,000 for the Cortez family and Sophia's college. To my shock, they agreed. No counteroffer. I suspect Mrs. Thompson had a lot to do with pushing that deal through. My share went into a trust, accessible at 25. In the meantime, Sophia and I kept in touch, letters and calls. I told her to date. I didn't know when I'd get leave. She swore she'd wait. But the letters stopped. When my enlistment was up, I went to see the Cortez family. Sophia had started seeing someone else almost the second I left for basic. Lied right to my face. It stung. I moved on. College thanks to the GI Bill. Casual dating. Met great women, but no one grabbed my heart. After graduation, I came back home, landed a job at the company I'd eventually own. 15 years I climbed the ladder, modernized everything, profits through the roof. By 26, I was a successful young vet, debt-free. About a year after leaving the army, I bumped into Sophia. Old feelings, they just resurfaced. We started dating again, but she insisted on non-exclusive until she was sure. I agreed, but drew a line. No intimacy until exclusive. A year later, Sophia decided she was ready for exclusivity. That same day, she confronted me about my lack of physical affection. I explained I wasn't a virgin, but I took relationships seriously, wanted to be sure about STDs. Her reaction? Explosive, screaming, cursing, accusations flying. When she finally calmed down, I asked point blank if she'd been with other men while we were dating. She admitted it. Started when I was in basic. Then she dropped this bomb. I like sex, so I sleep with anyone I date more than twice. Except you. My jaw dropped. I pressed. Had she been exclusive with me this past year? Silence said it all. We're done, I told her. Unless you can prove you've changed. Specifically, a notarized health report, STD-free. Before she could react, I handed her $20 for a cab and walked out. Months later, rebuilding my life. Bought an estate, sprawling ranch, 6 bedrooms, stables, farmland. Fully furnished, quick possession deal with the previous owner's family. Perfect escape, fresh start. One night, business dinner. I saw Sophia at a nearby table. Older man. She paled when she saw me, said nothing. Later, she came to my table, but I just waved her away. Next day, my mother called, pushing me to reconnect with Sophia. I refused, told her all the lies, betrayals. Mom, ignoring me, gave Sophia my number. Sophia called. Reluctantly, I answered. Apologies, admitted cheating. You've always been there for me, and I let you down, she said. Claimed the restaurant guy was her accountant, wanted to make things right. I was wary, agreed to listen. Accountant? Please. I'd seen them holding hands under the table and who knows what else. Never held hands with my accountant on a date. Her excuse was insulting. Another lie. We're not dating, Sophia, I said flatly. So I don't get why you'd lie about last night. And just so you know, I wasn't shaking my head at you because of anything you did. I was with a client. Didn't want him to see you hurting me again. Goodbye, Sophia. Hung up. Stared at the phone. How did she still get to me? Strong feelings, yeah, couldn't deny it. But letting her back in was like inviting a vampire to dinner. It hurt. Still hurt. Deeply. Couple months later, certified letter at work. From Sophia. STD-free. 6-month HIV test. Negative. Relief? Hardly. Why even send it? Same day, my boss, David Hastings, called me in. Tickets to a traveling Broadway show, Cats. Wanted me to join him, his wife, and her lady friend. Boss asks, you don't refuse. Lady friend? Sophia. Not even surprised. Introductions, I told David's wife. Know Sophia very well. She's my ex-girlfriend. David scowled. Wife Sophia, then me. All right, let's hear the story, he said. I told it, my version. They asked if I wanted to leave. Secret vice is live musicals, I said. I'll stay, but I'm sitting next to David. Sophia can sit with his wife. Long, quiet evening. Enjoyed the play. Afterwards, suggestion to escort Sophia home. I pulled out $50, handed it to her. Taxi, nice tip, I said. Walked to my car. Monday morning, David called me in before I even sat down. I handed him my resignation. Refused to work for a company that meddles in my personal life, I stated. He tore up the letter. Sit down. I turned, walked out. Security guards blocked me by my desk. Too late, I said, walking out the front door. Placed my company pager on the ground, stomped it. Called a cab, went home, unplugged the house phone. Needed quiet. Later that day, David showed up, red-faced, flustered. Jake, please, let me explain. Didn't let him in. Don't want to work for someone who deliberately ambushes me. Even if you didn't know everything, you hid her identity. That's lying. I'll fix it, he promised. She won't bother you again. Company needs you. More importantly, I need you. Planning to promote you to VP when I retire. Paused. Okay, I'll stay. 3 conditions. 1, never interfere in my personal life again. 2, ownership stake in the company, 10, 15%, fair market value. 3, Sophia stays out of my life permanently. No exceptions. David hesitated, nodded. Agreed. But can you afford $1.5 million for 15%? I grinned. Haven't touched my trust fund since high school. Can afford it. Deal sealed. Sold my house. Bought 25% of the company for $2.25 million. Moved to Denver. Didn't tell anyone my new address. Not even Mom. 6 months later, Sophia shows up at my door. What do you want? I asked. She looked down. Jake, I know I've made mistakes. Lied, cheated, ambushed you. Don't deserve it, but I want to start over. Please. I'll do my best not to hurt you again. Bitter laugh. Like when you said you weren't seeing anyone else in Basic? Or dated me for a year while sleeping with other men? Remember how many times you dumped me and went straight to someone else? She blushed. Yes, I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. Hurt me? My voice rising. You shattered me. Now you expect me to trust you? Forget it. Go back to wherever you came from. Leave me alone. For a year she stayed away. Then I got promoted to VP of the whole corporation. Paths crossed again. She was secretary for the company attorney, recording meetings for my next ownership purchase. Trust bought another 27% of the company, 52% total majority owner. Boundaries ironclad this time. Not just career, peace of mind. Sophia, part of my story, but not writing the ending. Unfortunately, Sophia had also learned about my wealth. I hate to admit it, but her presence had worn me down. Week after finalizing the share purchase, she walked into the restaurant where I was having lunch, alone. "Can I sit down, Jake? Just talk, I promise." "Yes, you can sit, but conditions. One lie, you leave. Tell me others meant nothing, you leave. Claim you haven't been with anyone since I saw you with your accountant, you leave, okay?" Okay, she said quickly. "Just want to say sorry for all the pain. Therapy for sex and commitment issues. Saw you walking down the street. No, I don't deserve a second chance, but messed up our relationship. Lost the one person I truly loved outside my family. Could we please start over? You'll be mad, but still have feelings." Admitted it. "Consider it, if I see a clean bill of health from the county. Even then, never back together unless you accept my terms." To my shock, she pulled an envelope from her purse, dated 2 days ago. Health Department, STD free. "Okay," I said cautiously. "Start over, but exclusive right now. Hint of anyone else, man, woman, done. Also, I attend your therapy sessions, share the damage. Acceptable?" "Yes." "Okay. What now?" Voice trembling. "Need you in my life today. Call your therapist. Tell her what we agreed. If she refuses to include me, find another therapist. Understood?" "Okay." "Call now. Session tonight, 7. Go ahead. Need privacy. My office." Nodded. Office it was. Sophia speakerphone, therapist. Therapist thought it was good, but wanted solo sessions with Sophia first. Sophia gave permission to share everything with me. Therapist wanted me to come alone first. Context. Progress. Hour session turned into 2.5. Sophia wasn't just sex addicted. She'd been with Mark Thompson the morning of the fight. He grabbed her that day because she broke it off. He wouldn't take no. Therapist warned me getting back together might be good, but relapse possible. Explained my conditions. Admitted tainted feelings. Lack of trust. No rushing. Solo sessions for Sophia. Joint ones later. Cautiously asked her out. First date. Local theater. Wonderful evening. Strictly platonic. Asked why no goodnight kiss. Laid it out. You agreed to my terms but never said exclusive. My pace until I trust you. Okay with that? I'll buy you 100 batteries for Bo. She burst out laughing, clutching her stomach. Boob is worn out. Maybe come with me, pick out a new one? Horror on my face sent her into another fit. 6 months, cautious dating. PI followed her during business trips. Sneaky or faithful. Wanted to believe faithful. Felt ready. Asked if she was ready for commitment. Yes. Shopping center, upscale jewelry store, adult novelty store for a joke, toy section. Pick 1 or 2, other than me. These are all you'll get, I teased. Laughing, picked 2. Leaving, she squealed. Full of surprises. BOBS. Buying them for me. Want nothing but the best for my fiancé, I said. Eyes widened. What? Jewelry store ring I'd bought the day before. Tears flowed, yes. Next month, married. Alaskan cruise honeymoon. Comfortable routine for 5 years. Rose through ranks. President, then owner. 5 months into owning it, Sophia started working late. First time ever. Suspected the worst. Hired a PI. Reports confirmed it. Sophia seeing a new hire at her firm. Handsome. Married. 27-year-old attorney. Not discreet. Same hotel, same room. Rented the room for a week. Wired for video and audio. Bathroom spared. Bugged her car. House, not work phone. Legal reasons. One evening, working late. Early out-of-town trip. Surveillance on. Hotel recording. Affair. Plans to steal from my trust. Company. Man even suggested killing me. Sophia wanted no part of that, just my money. Sex, plain, uninspired. No satisfaction on her face. Small consolation. Evidence in hand, lawyer. Nastiest divorce possible. End this farce. Sophia, for the money. Evidence, reports, recordings, copies for safekeeping. Meeting with shark lawyers. Wait for them to steal, or take down the guy at the firm. Action, they agreed. Police, bodyguard, forensic accountants on trust, company accounts. Divorce papers ready, waiting for the right moment. Lawsuit against the firm, failing to enforce sexual harassment laws. Evidence to his wife. Everything. Isabella arrested. Conspiracy to commit theft. Divorce swift. Tipi del Rio. Lover had dangerous connections. Hitmen hired to kill me. Family. Reached out to his ex-wife. Shocked. Came to stay with me, kids. Police stakeout. Full protection. 2 weeks. City pulled officers. Danger past, they thought. Next day, cops recalled. Private security ready. Hitmen. Full assault. Security team. Few remaining police. No shots fired by us. Everyone arrested. Isabella's trial. Evidence. Pled guilty immediately. Shock. Screamed in court. Vowed to kill me when she got out. 3 to 5 years conspiracy. Extra year for threat. Time to walk away. Wreckage. Army friends. Marco and Carla Reyes. Married couple. Embassy days. Kept in touch. Marco. Cell company. Quiet life in Mexico. Nothing left here. Sold house. Company. Left. Mexico seamless. Warm people. Welcoming. Narcotic gangs, yes. But interior. Not as bad. Isabella's lover. Shady friends. No immediate threats. Eyes open. Isabella. Out early. Secretary at women's shelter. Mexico. New life. Shielded family returned to mother's hometown. Fresh start. New friends. Housekeeper, gardener. Lady friend. Ambassador introduced me. Susan. Settlement gone. Tried for more money in court. Judge threw her out. High desert beautiful. Stars settling into trees. Life is good. Dear listeners, share your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe.